Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Please, sir.
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, don't turn it out till they get no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last morning, I'm gonna see go. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it shakes me.
Welcome to Defenders Live, Mojo 50 Radio. Turn it on your radio dial. Monday.
Monday.
That's right, Monday. Oh,
Rip the knob off.
and what a Monday it is. We're 1 week away from the TRA grand opening, and by 1 week, I mean it's this Saturday. This Saturday, we'll be hanging out with Kurt over there at TRA grand opening, and that's going to be amazing.
It's gonna be outstanding.
He's giving away a gun. It's got an American flag imprint all over the entire thing of it. So if you want it,
That's racist.
what are you talking about?
That's racist. Just ask the chicks over at the soccer players over there.
Have you seen the image behind us?
I didn't. I'm just telling you what I learned apparently over the
What you learned today?
that's what I learned today. Yeah, it's the wrong show, but yes. Hashtag what I learned today, that soccer is just as crappy a sport as I remember it when I was a kid.
Yep. So had a great time at the cookout for some of you jackals that were here on the East Coast. And I say I had a great time because, well,
Could not get the holographic imaging.
to work. Yeah, it wasn't proper. My phone wasn't functioning right. Although I did have great signal out there with Patriot Mobile, by the way. Yeah, boy.
Did.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you
did. I did. I was able to send video and messages to Dylan, all from the Jackal Nation. Out at the lake. It was amazing. It was wonderful times. All thanks to Patriot Mobile, which, by the way, you should go check out today. PatriotMobile.com/Mojo50. PatriotMobile.com/Mojo50. They've got the promo code out there as Come On Over. So why don't you come on over and check out PatriotMobile.com/Mojo50. If you want conservative cell phone company, if you want a veteran-led company to give you your cell phone service, if you want an American company to give you service, maybe you should check out Patriot Mobile. Not only do they give you great service throughout nationwide, but also they're pro-life, Second Amendment. They're there for the securing of your borders. They're pro-traditional family values and your freedom of speech. Check them out today. PatriotMobile.com/Mojo50. Promo code Come On Over. What?
And without fail, the what's the word I'm looking for? Not the screw. The badgering.
That's going to happen.
Testing has already begun.
Yes.
Pickle over at on the Twitters as hey, it's Steven and questionable food choice guy.
Questionable food choice guy. All right. Yeah, that's you.
Thank you so much. It's going to be a very long week. I already think that.
You know, like I know, like you know, that it's going to be a long time. You know what you could do, though? It's fine, because all you have to do is just swallow your pride, and you will come out on top. Unlike Eric Swallowell.
There are just certain people, and this is so off topic for a moment, but I'm going to have to indulge me for a moment.
I indulge
There
you.
are certain people in this world who should look at their last name and go,
maybe I should change that.
Maybe I should change that.
And I mean, his name is actually Swalwell, but at the same point in time, if you say it too fast, it always sounds like Swallowwell.
It's Eric.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and I get that there are people who are very proud of their name. You know, there's that. Well, it used to be a thing. I don't know how millennials or anybody feel about it nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But no, there's just certain names you should consider changing. And Mr. Swalwell, I would consider changing yours just because of the fact that one, well, the jokes, I'm sure, and two, it's just a pain in the ass for everyone else to read it and say it right. Because if you go, it's not Swalwell, you have to say it slowly to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
If you say it fast, it's Erica Swallowell, and then you're like, oh, that's not right. And then you feel like an idiot. And so don't make us feel like an idiot because your name is stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Monday rant for the sushi talk.
Yeah, it's the sushi talking. Apparently you are now considered gas station sushi.
Gas station sushi. That's good.
That's how this is going to work out now.
Good.
But yeah, Swalwell has dropped out. It's probably the first thing that's ever dropped out of Swalwell.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
just saying.
Nasty.
Literally, we're just going over the story because we can make a joke or two about it.
Or Joker 12.
I could stretch these out for a little while, you know.
Really, he could too.
Oh. At least he was able to coax people into giving him donations.
So Republican Representative announced Monday that he will be the first the 2020 Democratic presidential contenders to drop out of the race.
It's not the last thing he dropped.
Swalwell made the announcement at his campaign headquarters at Dublin, California. And he said he would instead focus on getting reelected to the U.S. House and helping other Democrats win the election.
Right.
Well, thank God for that. Now we know that. You know, I'm sorry, but again, like, who really thought that he had a chance? At what point did he think he had a chance?
I don't know.
I mean, I get you're supposed to do a committee to run it. Hey, what are the odds of me winning? And
he was one of 22. He had a 1 in 22 shot.
Still, yes, but that's just insulting because remember that. Oh yeah, thank you. Sorry, I missed that one. First time when the Republicans were doing it again, and I know I keep bringing this up, but the Republicans were doing it, and then the left was all making us think about it. Oh, how dare you? How are you gonna get so many people? You're not getting anything right. Near. And these guys are doing the exact same thing. I guess they think it's going. If they,
it'll work for them.
It'll work for them. It'll come out in their favor in the end.
I don't know. I don't know. May luck ever be in your favor. I don't know. But what I can say is rule number 5 jackhole over on the MeWe's. Ultimately, his own gag reflex got him. Is that hard to swallow? Well. And moving right along. Oh, goodness.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
So, continuing forward. What
one of
what?
We just needed to touch on it.
Just a little bit.
This one is a little bit more irritating to me, I think.
Yeah.
So the Smithsonian is seeking depressing drawings from migrant children.
Wait. What?
Yeah, after CNN reported on several depressing drawings purportedly drawn by migrant children, the Smithsonian National Museum of American History reached out to potentially obtain the artwork. The museum gave the outlet a statement that read, quote, "The museum has a long commitment to telling the complex and complicated history of the United States and to documenting that history as it unfolds, end quote. So basically, they're trying to imply that the alleged scribblings
Allegedly.
of some alleged migrant children it's to somehow be actual truth and history as it happens.
Maybe.
Allegedly.
There's truth behind your children's drawings.
Really?
Yeah, don't you know?
Yeah, you know, like the silly creatures that they draw, and look, mommy's got 3 eyes and fire coming out of her hair, and look,
my daughter today. My daughter today, she drew a flower, and it had hair.
A flower had hair.
The flower, and then she drew hair for the flower, so it had hair.
It was a pretty flower.
Yeah.
But that's truth then. So that means that theoretically the Smithsonian should want, to obtain this from your daughter, because this is history in the making. She apparently has found some kind of a new form of botanical creature.
Yes, it was fully observational.
The hairy petunia.
Yes, the hairy willow.
Oh, willow. Okay.
Kind of like the weeping willow.
Except for there's no real tears. The drawings reportedly made by 3 children, quote, who had just been released from U.S. Customs and Border Control custody, end quote, provided to the American Academy of Pediatrics by a social worker, the CNN reported.
Oh, that's nice.
The drawing came from a respite center in McAllen, Texas.
Respite,
shut up. Which is ran by the Catholic Church.
So you have a Catholic Church respite center, which, by the way, respite means to rest. A resting center.
Moving on.
That houses a bunch of children that are from south of the border, and these children are drawing sad drawings.
Yes, which, which one would be somewhat normal, I would think, to have to make the trip, because this is not like the family vacation that you took as a kid, where mom and dad would throw a cooler or two, some blankets in the back of the van or in the station wagon back in our day.
Right.
You'd have some stuff to make sandwiches and chips and cookies, and here, guys, don't drink too much because we're not stopping but once this entire trip, and we're crossing the United States tonight.
We're going to California, and we are not stopping until we get literally in the Midwest.
We're not stopping until we need gas in Colorado, okay? But they don't do that. This is a hard trek. This is, they're being smuggled. They're being, moved around like cattle. They're probably not being properly. There's all kinds of health issues going on. And you're going to turn around and then go, well, these pictures that these kids were released, which, by the way, I'm curious as to where they were released from. Were they released back to their native land, to their families over there, or were they released into the United States into parts unknown, where they will be lost forever, as tends to happen?
Well, that's the same place that Swallowwell is going. Parts unknown.
Parts unknown.
Just saying.
But the point is you're gonna turn around and take these kids and their drawings, and you're going to make that as, oh well, this is just shows the horrors of what's going on. Just,
you know what? Screw you. Screw you, Smithsonian, and your supposedly scientific museums. You're supposed to be documenting the reality, and instead you're like, oh, these crazy migrant children. First off, they're not migrant children. They're illegal aliens, and they've been brought over by coyotes. And most of them haven't seen their family in months because they were brought over by coyotes, and they were sold to them. They were sold.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. And maybe what you should be doing instead is you should be focusing on the plights of the children and the women over in, I don't know, Afghanistan, Laos, Colombia, places where, I don't know, combat flip-flops has set in place and taken up shop, where they've decided to build industry in a war-torn area, taking over old boot factories and turning them into productive flip-flop and accessory factories to give women jobs in the area and education to both the women and the children there so that they can become more productive people in society and hopefully break the horrible control that's been about their lives with such terrible fierceness from Islamic, and I mean real Islamic control. Maybe they should focus on those things, on the things that people are doing to help these people. And maybe you could too. Go to combatflipflops.com. If you go to combatflipflops.com, anything you buy, use the promo code DEFENDER25. You get 25% off right there on the spot for the first order. Combatflipflops.com, Defender25. Check them out today.
Oh, my goodness. Peekapoo and Snarky Jackal over on Twitters. Eric Sewerswill?
Yeah, super swell. That sounds good. That's fine. Yeah.
Go with that. By the way, we forgot to mention this at the very beginning because it's Monday and we messed up.
Yeah.
If you would like to speak to us, if you'd like to reach out to us, follow us on the social medias, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the YouTubes, the MeWe's. I feel like I'm pretty everything. Pretty much anywhere you can find social medias, you can find us, all of them at DOAE Show. And make sure you use the hashtag ArmYourselves.
Yes.
Because, we like to see what y'all think.
Because we do. We want to have conversations with you guys. Obviously, if you're on the MeWe's, we see it scrolling the entire time. We can't catch all the words, all the verbiage, or anything like that. But what we do catch, we will read, and things like that. So please communicate with us. We want to know what's going on. Now, as far as the children go,
We are the children.
there was a couple recently who are claiming that an IVF clinic, an in vitro fertilization clinic, gave them the wrong embryos.
Well, that sucks. Because that's not a cheap thing. Anybody who knows anything about in vitro knows. That joker runs in the thousands, the tens of thousands, in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because it's not a thing to be taken lightly. The amount of and usually in order to get into an IVF situation in the first place, you kind of had to have been seen by doctors and all this other stuff.
A long process.
Yeah. It doesn't just, you don't just go, oh well, I'm gonna go into. It's a kind of
It's a last ditch effort.
Yeah, you're recommended for it because you've gone to your doctor, your regular fertility doctor, and you've done everything you possibly could up to a certain point and within a certain parameter.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff is not cheap and easy to do. Well, a recent lawsuit has been filed in New York. Couple has claimed that they gave birth to other people's children after a fertility clinic impregnated them with the wrong embryos. The couple had been expecting female twins, but instead gave birth to two male babies who they then had to give back to their biological parents.
Wait. Sorry?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. Yes. So not only did they carry the wrong children to full term,
Yes.
but once they gave birth,
Yes.
they had to give those children up to the original parents.
So did the original parents also have a litter of children that they were giving up and switching over, or what was going on?
You would think that. So the question then is do you who got their kids?
So these two parents didn't supply a single thing into these babies, and she was literally just a surrogate implanted from the IVF?
Well, the couple alleges, moving on, the couple alleges that CHA Facility Clinic knew about the embryo mix-up and tried to conceal it. On the clinic's website, it claims to have fulfilled the dreams of tens of thousands of aspiring parents in more than 22 countries. This couple says it shattered theirs after spending more than $100,000 on an in vitro fertilization service to become pregnant. An unidentified New York couple says they had finally succeeded. But when they gave birth in March, the Asian American parents claimed they were shocked to find neither baby was of Asian descent. So, not only were they not girls, not only was it not theirs, but they weren't even the right daggone it, descent, the right
Ethnicity?
thank you. I don't know why I started getting excited and I forgot the word. Yes, the right ethnicity.
So they were Guajin. They were some round eyes.
They were round eye.
This Asian lady gave birth to round eye.
Oh, you got some explaining to do.
Look, okay, see, I figured out the problem already, okay?
What's the problem?
See, this clinic, they were trying to conceal it, right? Concealer only works on small blemishes. You can't conceal this.
Well, again, especially when you go back to, like you said, if these people got the wrong kid and they had to give it back to the other couple clearly had the wrong kids too. So somewhere it's got passed around. There's a certain number, an undisclosed number of people who have wrong children. This is not just oops, we accidentally threw your crap away and we just grabbed something from somebody else out of the locker, out of the freezer. This was we weren't paying attention. We goofed, and it's a long line of other people who were affected. I go back to this, and I mentioned this to Stephen when we were first going over the story. My question is, so these people, these parents, God bless them, carried these kids to term.
Yep.
They're talking 9-month gestation period.
Yep.
They never had a single ultrasound?
They never had a second ultrasound.
Well, I was going to say, to find out that the girls, the twin females that they were supposed to be having, both had penises?
Yeah, no.
I guess they figured it was 2019 that, this kind of gender is fluid and they can come out and just pop the sucker off if they didn't want it no more. Is that how that was going to work?
First off, that's for 2 bells you had just there. But yeah, I mean, I guess maybe, or as far as the IVF go, sure, why not? Because gender's just a thing, but even ethnicity is a thing now. It's just whatever I claim to be. So technically,
it's.
And then they had to turn around and give it to the actual parents. This woman just gave birth to twins
that weren't even hers.
That were not even hers. Like no genetic lineage at all, other than to Adam. Like that was the closest lineage they have is like to Adam.
And the lawsuit claims that genetic testing confirmed the babies belonged to 2 other couples, forcing them to give up their baby biological parents. Okay, I got to stop right there because
sure.
Just the paragraph before, the Asian American parents were shocked that neither of their babies were of Asian descent.
Right.
That's not something that you necessarily need genetics testing to figure out.
No.
As you so eloquently, made light of a second ago, round eyes. Hello, dead giveaway. Just say.
Yeah.
I know that's a slightly narrow-minded, borderline racist type of a gag, but hello.
Sorry, but on that gag, that's funny.
No, it absolutely is funny. But I would have the genetic testing and everything at this point should be a moot point when you were supposed to have baby girls. And these are baby boys.
Right. That's a pretty easy thing to test. Like
that's an easier one to kind of look down and go, oh, dear God, there's an apple, a stem on this apple.
Then again, the IVF could have very simply said, oh, there's no need for another ultrasound. And they could have pushed it all the way. Like if these people trusted the clinic that they went to, which apparently they did implicitly, or else this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
I'm sorry that trust anybody.
Yeah, I gotcha, but still, I trust nobody and all the rest. But anyway, commercial break. We'll be right back right after this. Jeremy Hansen joined the party. Yay! Yay!
Just now skimming through, I set up a watch party.
Hey, you expected some brilliant twin Asian sisters who will solve the world's problems, and you got stuck with some round-eyed rednecks from Alabama who want to marry their cousins, and you paid $10,000 for that crap?
$100,000, but yes, yes, you did. Yes.
Donna would raise hell too, apparently.
I would.
Mm-hmm.
I would. I just it. You would think again, $100,000. I mean, not even $100,000. Let's just look at it from the. You're paying basically to have a child. You know, a child that you want, someone that you care for. I mean, if you're going through this kind of a rigmarole,
you'd want the child to be yours, at least.
At least, you know. That's just insanity. That's just too damn much money to be blowing.
Swallow well.
Swallow well.
Tell you what, that's all I got to do is the big sigh for that one.
Asking for a friend, Jack over on Twitter. Of course, my wife waits until that DOA show comes on to tell me about her day.
Of course she does. That's because she wants you to pay attention to her.
She loves you.
Yes. That's just how it goes, dude. It's too bad for you. Too bad for you. Oh my gosh. Stephen Isles over on the Facebook says, well, if it's being concealed, probably the doctors saw that they were boys and didn't tell the parents. You're probably right.
But don't you do like...
Coming back.
The mighty Mojo 50.
Mojo 50 on your radio dial. This is Defenders Live. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Talking over the commercial break, we had, people saying things like, well, if it was being concealed, it's probably because the doctor saw that they were boys and didn't want to tell the parents. You're probably right.
You're probably all right. My only thing, though, is I've never been in a room when they're doing an ultrasound where they kind of hid the monitor. That's kind of, I know that the doctor uses the ultrasound and whatnot to check the baby out, and all that.
Sure.
Good jazz. But
and all that jazz.
I have always looked at it though as more of it. It was more for the parents, especially the mom. So she gets, I can see my child. You know what I mean? That's how I've always looked at ultrasound. So I've never been in an ultrasound room where they turn around and go, nope, you can't look at the monitor, ma'am. Sir, stand on that side of the curtains.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Is there smoke and green lights going on? What the hell?
Yes, exactly. That's how this works. I mean, you're off to see the wizard.
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz?
Yes. Because the wonderful things he does.
Welcome, Virginia. Anyway.
Yeah, well, that's what an in vitro fertilization clinic is basically like. He does the things that nobody else can do.
Or nobody else probably should be doing. Let's be clear, because
completely honest.
I argue that it's one thing like if you're needing to have a child, but this particular one is what I like to call a made-to-order baby.
Mm-hmm. Because they were ordering girl twins.
Yes, they go in and specifically remove and set up everything to specifically cause it to have a female
specific genetic transfer, specific things going on, and they gave them twin boy white kids.
But I have the problem with. I have a problem with that. Like, again, in vitro, I don't have a problem with. If you're having problems getting pregnant and, you go in there and they, fertilize all the eggs and throw them in there and pray for
one of them sticks or 10 of them stick,
blink at the wall hoping something sticks.
Literally.
It's one of those things. I'm okay with that. But once you start kind of getting exact and you start saying, well, I would like my child to be a female and I would like her to have blonde hair and blue eyes and I would like her to, when you start getting specific like that and doing the mail order child, then I start having problems with it, because then you're crossing into a god territory.
Right.
And
you're
I'm
crossing
not
it into a territory that you shouldn't be in.
Yeah, because at that point, then is it really, you know what I mean? Is it really, the gift of a child that you are supposed to have, or is it something that you think you want?
It's what you want. It's I want somebody to compliment me. At that point, it's designer. It's child by design.
Yeah, I like designer baby better. That was a good one.
Designer baby, child by design. All those things. It's just like baby gap is what this is.
That's. Oh my goodness! Already over asking for a friend Jackal on Twitter. Were they getting their ultrasound done at Planned Parenthood? That is a good question.
Probably not.
That's a good question. If you get an ultrasound done at Planned Parenthood, it's the old 1978 Pong.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to see on their monitors.
Yeah, because it's really not going to show you much of anything else. Although one thing that I was going back to the cookout. It was awesome. It was fun times. Because I want to talk about something better than in vitro fertilization. But going back, it was fun. We had great times. The kids got to go to the lake and swim, even though there was a little bit of thunderstorm happening and everything like that. We got smoked foods galore. They had potato salad specifically for you.
I know.
Pasta salad and all the rest, and a whole bunch of different drinks, and some of which are alcoholic, some of which were not. But it was all good, amazing times. I have an entire tin of Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, I can't have them.
Yeah, but that's okay. But you know what we could have used?
What could we? Oh, I know what you could have used.
A cat cooler. Yeah, we could have used a cat cooler while we were out there. I mean, they're rugged. They keep your ice cold for up to 7 days. I mean, we weren't out there for 7 days, but it would have been nice to know that when you open the lid, it was completely cold. Plus, they're completely customizable. They're made in the United States, and they come in 5 different colors. And who doesn't want a fully customizable cooler that no matter what happens to it, if it ever breaks, it becomes yours? You get a new one, basically, is what I mean.
I was gonna say, wait, it was yours to begin with.
No, you get a brand new one. Like, you get a brand spanking new one. They send you a new one if they can't fix it.
That's how you do it. See, that's called customer service.
Yes, and that is also called a lifetime warranty on their stuff.
Stand behind your product.
That's right. You can go to catcoolers.com today. Go to catcoolers.com. You use the promo code Steven, and you can get 10% off on the discount there. That's catcoolers.com, promo code Steven. Check them out today because you should. You should.
Because it's fun.
Kevin Hutchison over on the MeWe says, I want my child to be a master of Japanese paper folding. By the way, that's called origami.
Yeah, but who the hell knows how to spell that?
Me.
So anyway, Florida principal kind of making an ass of himself.
Yes, they are, as always. Thank you, Florida.
As always. Thank you, Florida, for being the douchebaggery. There's a high school principal in Florida has been reassigned within his district days after a report revealed that he told a concerned parent in an email. Are you ready for this? Hang on.
Right.
Quote, I cannot say the Holocaust is a factual historical event.
Wait. Stop.
Yep. What you got?
Repeat that one more time.
Okay. A high school principal in Florida has been reassigned within his district days after a report revealed that he told a concerned parent on email, quote, I cannot say the Holocaust is a factual historical event, end quote.
First off, reassigned?
Yeah, that's
not fired, not let go. He's been reassigned. So he's been moved to a deep, dark place where nobody else can see him, but we're still going to pay him as a teacher.
Yeah, he's in the basement looking for his red stapler.
I was told that I could listen to radio at a very manageable pace as long as it is in a very easy way.
You won't like my stapler.
I could just burn the place down.
Such a classic movie.
Love
Anyway,
that movie. So this guy gets shafted, but only to the basement, and then continues on with his life. After he denies the Holocaust?
yeah. The Palm Beach Post reported Friday that the Spanish River High School principal, William Latson, made controversial comments last year in an email responses to an unnamed mother of a student of the school. According to the paper, the mother had reached out to Latson because she wanted to be assured that the Holocaust was taught to all students in accordance with Florida law. Which,
Wait, Florida has a law that they have to teach the Holocaust?
that's what I was getting ready to say. We've gotten to a point that there has to be a state law that requires you to teach the Holocaust. Are you kidding me?
Are you Germany? What's going on? Because that's real in Germany, but here?
Is your name Adolf? Anyway.
Oh.
Emails published by the Post. Latson first informed the mother that the curriculum is to be introduced but not forced upon individuals, as we all have the same rights but not the same beliefs.
I like this from Kevin Hutchison. He says, and I quote,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot positively say that there were ever slaves held in America, end quote. Right?
I got one better for you. I cannot positively and dang it on it, I messed it up.
All right, 3, 2.
That the world is indeed round.
Yes.
Just saying, that's the exact same thing. After the mother asked Latson to clarify, Latson responded, quote, the clarification is that not everyone believes the Holocaust happened, and you have your thoughts, but we are a public school, and not all of our parents have the same beliefs.
Look, the only real clarification that this guy's ever had is butter. Clarified butter. He is as clear as mud in his thinking, in the entire process of his mind. He is the shallowest mud puddle that I've ever seen.
Okay, here we go. You're going to love this.
Okay.
This is his next comment.
Right.
Y'all are going to need to get ready because this is going to make your head hurt. Okay?
Okay, we're going to count down, all right? 3, 2, 1.
Latson explained that he has to be, quote, politically neutral.
Bullshit.
Quote, hold on. Oh, it gets better. On the issue, adding, quote, here's where it gets good. I can't say the Holocaust is a factual historical event because I am not in a position to do so as a school district employee, full stop, end quote. So you are a school district employee, district employee, and you can't say the Holocaust is a factual historical event? Oh my God. Oh, Florida, I pray for you every night.
I can't. I got nothing for
God
you,
help
buddy.
all of you. This, guys, again, and I can't stress this enough. I feel like I say this virtually every show or every time something stupid like this pops up. This is where voting is important. You, at the local level, vote for your school heads and all the leaders and everything.
The people that hired this guy.
Yes, this is where your vote truly matters, because this is the moment, then the spot that everything kind of waves and flows out into the rest of the state and then into the rest of the country. That's where true change starts.
Yes.
Not this, oh, well, my vote didn't count because of this. No. It's here. And you're not doing your due diligence because you got a putz of some guy running a school who's now been reassigned, by the way.
To a different school, not fired. Reassigned.
Because he can't say the Holocaust is a factual historical event. Guys.
Let me just add this real quick. Let me just this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened.
Thank you.
That is not a joke. That sounder is right there on purpose.
On the money.
And
The
it's
moment's-
yeah, because it's so freaking stupid. How are you that dumb? How are you that dumb and a teacher?
Oh yeah. So
And a
so it
history
began
teacher
a
is
year-long battle over the details of the Holocaust curriculum in the school and over the views of Latson, who became the first principal at Spanish River in 2011.
Okay.
So after the news broke on it went international and basically had everybody and their mother saying that he should resign, which is absolutely true.
Yes.
In an email to the Post, the principal, and again, he's still a principal, said, quote, I regret that the verbiage I used when responding to an email message from a parent 1 year ago did not accurately reflect my professional and personal commitment to education all students about the atrocities of the Holocaust. End quote.
In other words, please allow me to cover my butt because I am a freaking tool and a moron. Yes.
He later added, quote, it's critical that as a society, we hold dear the memory of the victims and hold fast to our commitment to counter anti-Semitism, end quote.
Sure. Yeah. It's times like these that you just need to go back to your room and make sure that your gun box is completely lock safe.
You should.
You should.
Because everybody should have a gun box.
Everybody should have a gun box. It's one of these times where maybe you want to just open the gun box and just, pick up the gun, clean it a little bit, calm yourself down. And you can do that in many ways. They have RFID readers. They've got your fingerprint that you can use. They've got a key code that you can use. I mean, heck, they have a ring that you can put on your finger that has an RFID chip on the inside of it that you can just wave over top and it opens like magic. It is amazing the technology that they have involved in the gun box, and you really should check it out. You should keep your family safe from the tools you use to keep them safe. Go to thegunbox.com. Thank you. Thegunbox.com. Use the promo code Mojo50 at checkout. You get 10% off on the order. That's thegunbox.com, Mojo50 at checkout, 10% off.
Oh, 10%. It's just, again, guys, this is where voting is important.
Yes.
Local level. It's not the presidency. It's what you do in your home, in your community. This is where you set up. This is where you make it strong, because when you can make your community and your school strong, then you can worry about your town, then your county, and then your state, and then it just grows from there.
Right.
But you have to do your homework, and you have to, and it's not easy. It really isn't. It's a pain in the ass. We all have so much better things to do. It's so much easier to just have somebody tell us, and that's where we all get screwed in the end.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we all get screwed in the end when we have to have somebody tell us to do something. Swallowwell knows this well.
Look at it.
But so, it is Monday.
It is Monday.
And as being Monday, we've kind of gone astray with this, but we need to get back to the grindstone, folks. Because as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And there's a topic that we need to talk about. We're not going to go in the book today, but there's a topic that we need to talk about that is plaguing not only the nation as a whole, not only civilization as a whole, but very specifically our own Jackhole Nation.
Yep. It's hitting a little close to home, and frankly,
it's hitting too close. And so we're going to talk about it today.
It needs to stop now, because
Yes.
if it doesn't stop now, we're going to hit a point where there's no turning back. And there's been a lot of effort, a lot of work put into putting the Jackhole Nation together as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
and it is about to be torn apart
By people that may have good meaning,
Yes.
but at the same point in time, what they do hurts everybody.
Yep. And it's I'm telling you now, it's not how Doc would have wanted it. I'm
No, it's not. So here's what I'm going to tell. I'm going to go like this, okay? I'm going to read you a few of the verses, and I want you to guess where I'm going with this, okay? What is the topic?
And we're getting. I know we are fully aware that there are going to be some people who are not going to listen to us after this, and we're fully prepared for it.
That's fine.
You know, because this needs to be said. Needs to be.
You need to hear this, okay?
If you really care about what you say you care about, if you really
then you need to hear it.
You're going to listen to this. It's going to step on toes, but you're going to need to hear this.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Exodus 23:1. Do not spread false reports. Do not help a guilty person by being a malicious witness.
Mm-hmm.
James 4:11. Brothers and sisters, do not slander one another. Anyone who speaks against a brother or a sister or judges them speaks against the law and judges it. And when you judge the law, you're not keeping it, but sitting in judgment on it. Leviticus 19:16. Do not go about spreading slander among people. Do not do anything that endangers your neighbor's life. Proverbs 11:13. A gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret. A perverse person stirs up conflict, and a gossip separates close friends. Whoever would foster love covers over an offense, but whoever repeats the matter separates close friends. The words of a gossip are like choice morsels. They go down to the inmost parts. Any clues yet? Anybody? Any clues? Are we hitting home yet?
I think we are, because everyone has suddenly gotten silent.
Everyone got quiet, so I think we're getting home here.
Yep. About the only person who said anything is Heather, the Cougar Jackal Diva, has said, OMG, Steven.
Truth.
That's it. So
how about this? The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. A gossip betrays a confidence, so avoid anyone who talks too much.
Well, then they need to stop listening to us. Sorry,
right.
I had to make a light of that one.
Without wood, a fire goes out. Without gossip, a quarrel dies.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from telling lies.
Mm-hmm.
All of my enemies whisper together against me. They imagine the worst for me, saying all the stuff that they say.
Mm-hmm. So there's a point.
There is a point. You need to understand, just like we do, because we have this problem too. As human beings, we want the juicy details, don't we? We want the morsels. We want the nuggets. We want all of the little, the viscous nostrils of wonderfulness that come from all the greasy, gooey details that you get from people.
I feel dirty just hearing you talking like that.
Because it is dirty.
It's dirty. And you know what? The point of it is, it's not that we really want to know the details. It's because at some point in some way, then we have something over someone else. We feel that we are now better than someone else because, well, I know more about said situation than you do. Here's what I know. And then you get to have this.
You be high and mighty for a minute.
For a minute, yes. You have this weird, awkward, holier than thou power over somebody. And that's
exactly.
That's what it is.
If you haven't guessed yet, what we're talking about is gossip. We're talking about gossip. You see, there are too many people out there that have loose lips.
And you know what loose lips do?
They sink ships.
Ding.
And it doesn't matter what's going on. What matters is how quickly something spreads. And in a small community of listeners, and what I mean by small, actually, the listenership is not that small, but the Jackal Nation itself, while it is growing, we have a pretty tight-knit community of people here. Yep. Whether it be show hosts, whether it be people that were here that are doing what they do, that have been listening for years to all these folks and show hosts and everything like that. Gossip is one of the things that destroys a foundation.
And it's starting to do that now.
It destroys a foundation, and we're starting to see it happen. And so I want to talk about it. I wanted to bring up gossip. I'm not bringing up any direct lines. I don't care. It is not worth our time.
Nope. Matter of fact, when this whole thing was brought up and said, like Steven's exact things to me were, we don't need to worry about the details. And I said, fair enough.
Yeah. I told him, look, I said, here's what we're going to talk about on the Grindstone. Mm-hmm. It's got to do with stuff that's been going on, but you don't need to worry about the details because it's useless to know. Exactly.
And it is. Me knowing whatever it is that behind a lot of this doesn't change the fact that it's wrong. Right. Doesn't change the fact that damage is being done to a family.
And like I said, I don't care. It could all be in good meaning. It could all be in good meaning, and the origin of all of this mess could have all happened because of good stuff, and people are trying to be good to each other and trying to do the right thing and talk truth. At the same point in time, if you don't know if it's true, and you, instead of confronting the person who it's about, you go around telling other people, that's called gossip. That's a lie. Even if all the character signs of a person point you in that direction.
I would argue that even if you know, if it's not your place,
it's not your place.
It's not your place.
Like, let's use our show for the example, okay?
Yeah, let's do that.
Dylan was gone for 6 months because he did something stupid.
Yes.
Now, when he left, he decided, after long debate, to tell everybody what had happened. Yep. And to release a video, to apologize for all the problems that it could potentially cause, because he knew it could have caused some issues. But he decided.
Yep.
Nobody knew about it up until that point, except for a very select few of people, and that's just the people that it would have affected prior to. He fixed it. He dealt with the situation, and it was done and over with. He came back to the show. Everybody gave him, a welcoming back. Obviously, Jackhole welcome back. No big deal. But you need to understand, folks. If it isn't you that's involved in it, if you are not personally involved in it, it is not your place to talk about it.
Yeah. It's real fast over on the MeWe's real quick. Just as Tower of Babel, Jackhole said, rule number 5 violation is exactly what it is. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. If you have the information, it doesn't mean that you should be talking about it.
You have to take that moment and stop and think, okay, so you have this information. What good are you going to be doing by saying something?
Right. The information that you have, is it worth ruining relationships, friendships, and continuing through? Or is it something where you should confront the person directly?
Especially, again, if you're not personally affected by it.
Right. If it doesn't personally affect you or regard you at all, it shouldn't bother you either. That's kind of how this works. What's that, buddy?
Not my pig, not my farm.
That's right. Not my pig, not my farm. Asking for a friend, Jackhole says, to be clear, hashtag liberal drinking game, is that considered gossip? No, it's considered you picking on people. but that's fine because that's all open for the game. And now, let's get to some numbers for the bell counts on Monday.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day. Today we had 12 missed innuendo bells, 71 actual bells, 12 AOCs, 12 creepy Uncle Joes, giving us a grade of C for the day. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Peace out.
Later, folks. DOE Show, Defenders Live.